Hello everybody, it's Audrey, your preferred pot dealer. Okay, so I will mention Ryan Paulson in this video because he spent a lot of time convincing me that I really have to make more videos specifically for YouTube as opposed to Facebook Lives and other things. And now I see I don't have enough lipstick on. Anyway, Christu, I had lipstick on, I promise. I'm not going to put lipstick on now. So this is mid-morning. It's almost 12 o'clock. And I'm sitting on the stoop and it's really pretty. I'll just show you. Can I show you? How do you do this? How do you change the orientation? You can't. Okay, whatever. Cool. So what I want to talk about is terracotta. I promised. So here it is. The other day I spoke about vendor pots. So I was looking for terracotta and then I found this piece of a vendor pot. So remember what we said, and then here's this one is broken. So I tried to explain to you how it's fired and that there's like gaps in between the clay. So you can see that. Can you see that? So, and then here I've got a jug of water, just normal tap water. So if I dunk it in there, I'll do this over here. You see that the clay absorbs the water. Okay, you can see the line clearly, and then as it dries, you can see that. So this property of clay makes it really good for planting because it allows the absorption of moisture. It allows the roots to breathe, and it's very nice. So terracotta is a Italian word meaning baked earth. So this is a piece of terracotta. This is a broken pot. Oh, my word is full of soil. You see, this is a piece of terracotta pot. So yeah, you can see. So it's called, it's a certain clay. Remember, it's clay harvested from the river, or mud harvested from the river, purified, fired at a certain temperature that gives you this look. Okay. And then this is one that's broken, so you can see the texture on the inside. So I've got a few examples here for us today. I've got, this is a drip tray, a little terracotta drip tray. Now, when you can't put this on a fancy wooden surface with a pot in it and water it, because if we dunk it in water, it absorbs the water. There you can see how it absorbed the water, and this will make marks on your furniture. So whilst it's fabulous for the growing of plants, it's not great for keeping your furniture in good condition. Then I've got, this is a piece of pot that I also found lying around here. This is called Stoneware. This refers to the temperature that the clay is fired at. And here you can also see again the cross section. So there you can see. Well, you're not here to feel it, but it looks rough, but it's very compact. It's very sort of glass-like is the best way that I can describe it. And just for the purposes of this thing, we will dunk this in water so that we can see. And you see, it doesn't really absorb. It doesn't really absorb. So it doesn't have the the same property as the terracotta has. And then this is a plate to just show you. So this would be, I guess, more like in the realm of porcelain, which is also clay. So you can see there it's like smooth. Can you see that? And then you can again like dunk that, but you can see it doesn't absorb any. So the fact that the clay molecules have gaps in between them make for this situation where the clay absorbs the water. So there's lots of things they do. There's on the market, there's, I think they call it capillary stones, which is little balls of clay that people put at the bottom of their indoor plants. I had a client the other day that came to tell me they do something like that. They actually take all the soil away from the plants that they buy, and they just plant their plants in little clay balls with water. Years ago, we used to sell them as a with the indoor liner for indoor plants. That's a whole different conversation, which I don't really want to go into detail on. But yeah, you can see what clay does, what terracotta does. So terracotta is, I've got another example here. I just have to move the phone. Oh, shibbit. Okay, so you see this is a chandelier. What is this? Candelabra. So I don't know if you can see, but the color is a bit lighter as opposed to, let me just do this, as opposed to this. Can you see there's a color difference? Yeah, you can see that. So sorry, I'm just going to put it there because it's quite heavy. So when you've got a lighter clay body like this one, then it indicates that it hasn't been fired at quite such a high temperature. So there's a lot of clay pots that come from Africa, not only the Venda ones. There is from Zimbabwe, there's some really fabulous things. Oh, there's my Venda pots behind me as well. Isn't that beautiful? Sorry, I like pots and I like clay. So the people in Zimbabwe, there's a range of pots called the Gwai River pots from I guess the River Gwai. I think there's a movie as well. So those pots are like world famous. I mean, you have them and people actually make accidents looking at them. It's really, really nice. And then there was another range of pots that came from Zimbabwe. I think it was called Mvelu. I'm not 100% sure. If you're from Zim and you want to educate me or educate the rest of us, so just be careful, because some of those ones from Zim, they fired them very short or not long enough or not at the right temperature, so the clay is very pink, and that results in a product that's not quite as hard or as it's a softer clay, I guess. I'm using that word in a very, very, very loose term. And then the other thing that I wanted to also just say is terracotta is not just the color. Terracotta is a term. It's a technical term for something specific, which is really, really special. People think terracotta, and then they go, they paint a cement pot, and in like this, say, color. I don't know. It's difficult to move these things around. Like in a brown sort of what you would refer to as terracotta, and they say, oh, but they want a terracotta pot. So decide what you want. Terracotta has to be fired. It goes through the same processes. There's the different firing methods. It's wood, gas, or electricity. So do expect to pay more money. If you don't want to pay the money, then accept that you're going to buy a cement pot that somebody painted in terracotta, and it isn't a terracotta pot, it's just that maybe a terracotta color pot. What else can I tell you about terracotta? I think that's it. I was told my little videos must be between 8 and I think 15 minutes. So this is about 10 minutes, 10 to 11 minutes. I hope you learned something. I'm going to really try and do this more regularly. I'm having fun. I hope you are too. And here's a shout out to everybody that supports me and that has been rooting for me and phones me from time to time and motivates me and gives me a little, like boot up the arse sometimes. Thank you. Thank you.